Once upon a time, there used to be many small stores that specialized in many different things. There were shoe stores, paint shops, clothing stores, grocery markets run by a family farm, stores that sold flowers, bookstores, parchment stores, and many other family-owned small businesses. Unfortunately, large corporations started popping up throughout all the towns in America. As soon as these supermarkets were built, small businesses were put out of business. Now, throughout America, there are ghost towns where the small businesses used to be. Maybe an antique store or two will be in one of these old buildings, but family businesses have widely been snuffed out by supermarkets. Now, everyone goes to the supermarket for every single thing on their shopping list. Many people and their kids who lost their livelihoods work for slave wages at the very corporations that shut their business down. Corporations are owned by a handful of humans who are so incredibly rich that it's hard for the average person to contemplate. They're basically the kings of earth who have practically all the money in the world. Here's a good way to think about how rich they are. What if the entire world were to share a box of organic oatmeal raisin cookies? If there were 100 cookies, 99 cookies would go to 1% of the world who own all the corporations, and one cookie would have to be shared between everyone else. Practically everyone on the planet would only receive a microscopic piece of the cookie that would taste like air. Everyone else includes you, me, your whole family, that old man down the street, all the kids in every school, anyone you've ever seen or spoken to in person, and 99% of everyone else in the entire world. Stealing something from a large corporate store doesn't hurt workers, managers, or the local economies. The only impact stealing has is on Robin and Aladdin. Robin and Aladdin get to benefit and profit. Robin and Aladdin get something for free. Chances are, the store won't even notice anything is missing until months or years later when they review their store's inventory. Even then, they won't even know that it went missing because of theft. Anything could have happened to cause store shrinkage. Maybe the inventory manager did some miscalculations, or the item was lost in transit. Maybe a cashier forgot to scan an item, or maybe the item was picked up by an owl that flew away with it to the South Pole. As long as there's no evidence left behind, such as an empty package, loss prevention specialist will most likely never investigate. The missing item will be merely stored data within the store's inventory management computer system. The fact of the matter is, stealing from a corporation doesn't hurt anybody. Stealing is a peaceful act that is a form of rebellion against the system. The system where 99% of the world has 1% of the wealth and 1% of the world has 99% of the wealth. How could a $5 item make any bit of difference in the wallet of a trillionaire? Trillionaires have so much money that they don't know what to do with it. They could make an entire city the size of New York out of cash money. Imagine it, green bricks made of literal dollar bills. These people have enough money that they choose to keep all for themselves. We, the small people, the 99% who share one cookie, shouldn't we take advantage of this situation and take what we want when we want without shame, fear, or guilt? Wally World Smiley. Wally World is that giant supermarket in every corner of America that has made family businesses go extinct like the dinosaurs. Wally World is making $14.7 billion per year in profits and $482 billion per year in its total revenue. This means that, if Wally World was compared with other countries, Wally World would be the 12th biggest country in the entire world. Every day, Wally World makes $40 million. This means that every single second $466 is made. Hong Kong, Denmark, Austria, Thailand, and Ireland have smaller economies compared to Wally World. Wally World actually makes approximately 1/7 as much money per year as the United States. The average Wally World employee makes only $22,137 a year. Wally World employees are among the least paid workers who work in retail. $22,137 isn't enough to live comfortably, especially when supporting a family. Wally World workers are literal slaves. Wally World is like a plantation owner and its workers are its slaves. Corporate tyrants. The reason why it's rare to find a person who knows the extent of the corporation's powerful nature is probably due to popular opinion. Popular opinion is directly influenced by the media, TV, movies, and anything else that finds its way onto the screen, which almost everyone watches. The people pulling the strings behind the news and TV are the 6 mega corporations which own and operate all of America. The big 6 are Comcast, New Corporation, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. Strangely enough, these 6 corporations are owned by the 1% who own all the other corporations. Corporations are definitely Robin Hood's Prince John, who taxes and takes advantage of poor people and keeps all the money to himself. The 6 corporations who influence America. The biggest thieves of all. Corporations are the ones destroying the planet by emitting most of the greenhouse gases. A mere 100 corporations create 71% of pollution. This means that 100 CEOs are destroying the planet. If only people could rise up and change how corporations consume energy. A tax on carbon could drastically help decrease emissions by forcing corporations to pay to pollute. A whopping 74% of the biggest corporations from the Fortune 500 list have stolen from their workers. Some have paid lower than minimum wage, didn't pay for overtime, and forced workers to work off the clock and skip lunch breaks. Colorado workers have been denied $749.5 million per year by their corporate employers. Corporations are stealing the most valuable thing humans have, our health. Corporations could be to blame for the skyrocketing rise of obesity and sickness. Unhealthy foods made with the cheapest and fakest ingredients are constantly marketed to the public. Commercials use manipulation, repetition, and lies to convince people to eat junk food that makes corporations richer and people unhealthier. All the mainstream beauty products have tons of harmful chemicals that cause cancer and wrinkles, which is the exact opposite of what they're marketed to do. And to top it all off, corporations are enslaving the human race. Maybe this is taking it a bit too far, but it might just be true. CEOs are the biggest bosses who run corporations, and thus, run the world. CEOs make $7.4 million on average, while many of their workers with minimum wage make $7.25 to $14 per hour. But many people making minimum wage aren't even allowed to work a full 40 hours per week, so they still live in poverty. Compare this to the 6% of corporations that make 50% of all US profits. Apple alone made $53.7 billion in 2015. Conclusion. Philosophically speaking, I'm Robin Hood and I take from the rich and give to the poor. Corporations are rich and everyone else is poor. I take with honor. Aladdin sees the world like me and steals guilt-free. We know that there's nothing wrong about stealing. We are very careful and know what we're doing, and this is why we live above the law and common ways of thought. We live a good life and take what we want when we want it.
We run from the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like pansies, but don't get us wrong or else we'll put out your lights. We're men in tights, tights. Always on guard, defending the people's rights. When you're in a fix, just call for the men.